Shalom, this is Levi Shore. Welcome back to Sweet and Good Torah. So I don't usually do news stories, but I just read this news story in Yeshivah World News. It's crazy. I mean, it's like basically a news story about the Gula. So I thought we just put it up here and you guys can see what you think. So the title of the story is Mekubal, I mean it's Kabbalist. Rav Yitzhak Kaduri, his alleged prediction spreads on Israeli social media. All right, so this is wild stuff. So here we go. You ready? So it says, report in Israel's daily Yisrael Hayom. It's one of the newspapers in Israel. It says this week addressed a report that what's been spread recently on WhatsApp groups and social media that Rav Yitzhak Kaduri Tzal, he predicted the current situation of the deadlock between the Likud and the blue and white, and the fights between the right and the left. So I don't know if you know the Israeli news about like they just had their second election, and there's this all this gridlock of who's going to be the next prime minister between Benjamin Netanyahu and I guess Benjamin or Benny Gantz, and so it's wild stuff. So the message on social media says that a sefer named U Shuvuato Yitzchak, which was written by Rav Kaduri, he wrote this when he was younger. It was found in the yeshiva of the Mekubalim, Nachlat Yitzchak. So I think that's Rav Kaduri's yeshiva. I'm not sure. The prediction was found in the sefer saying, on the eve of the year 5780, so we're a couple days, we're like 3 days away from Rosh Hashanah now, we're in 5779, we're about to go into 5780. It says it's the year of Tikkunim, and there won't be a government in Israel for an extended period of time. So it's really fascinating because they're on their second election now, and they're totally gridlocked, and maybe they'll even have to go to a third election. So he's saying like they're going to have a really hard time forming the government in Israel. The camps will quarrel greatly with each other without reaching any decision. And then on the day of Rosh Hashanah, this is wild. This is like reading Sefer Daniel, like the book of Daniel. It says, the Sitra Achra will fight the Sitra de Kedusha. So the other side, the side of unholiness, these malachim of unholiness, led by the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, that his side, he will fight the Sitra de Kedusha, led by Hashem. Everything's under Hashem. But I mean, I think in this case it means like Gavriel, Michael, like Raphael, and Uriel, like the four malachim associated with the Jewish people. So there's going to be some kind of fight in Shemayim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, and His legions will decide between them. This is all I can reveal, and from here in on, I swore not to reveal more secrets. So it's wild stuff. So the report adds that in the ancient sefer of the Bris of the Parsimon, and this was written by the Mekubal, the Kabbalist Rabbi Sasson Chai Shoshani, who is called the Navi from Mitzrayim. So there's a wonderful quote which has special meaning during these days. He said, the day will come that two ministers will win the government in Israel, and the name of both of them will be Benjamin. That's pretty wild. And neither will succeed in establishing a government. So on that day, you should know and understand that Mashiach is already standing by the door, and on the Shabbos afterward, he will come and reveal himself. So this is wild stuff. This is a news article, believe it or not, on the Yeshivah World News. So Yisrael Hayom spoke to Moshe N., it doesn't say his last name here, who is the assistant of Rav Yosef Kaduri, and Rav Yitzhak Kaduri's grandson, and the Rosh Yeshiva of Nachlas Yitzchak. So in the yeshiva, there's all types of handwritten documents from Rav Kaduri with holy names and similar things that we keep in the safe. So this is what Moshe said. So he said there are things that are passed down from generation to generation secretly. So he says only between the Mekubalim, and it's forbidden to reveal them. I guess this is a leak. It's some kind of a Mekubal leak. So in the writings based on the Kabbalah of Rabbi Sasson Chai Shoshani, Rav Kaduri speaks about the Geula, and that before Mashiach comes, they won't be able to form a government. So what was publicized on social media is very close to what's written in the documents. But the wording of the published report is not exact. The Chavrusa of Rav Kaduri, who's Chacham Menachem Menashe, the author, he wrote the sefer Achavas Chaim, he wrote similar things. So he wrote in the name of Rav Sasson Chai Shoshani in Parsha Kisavo, the parsha we read this past Shabbos, on what will be at the end of the days. So how there will be a war with the Erev Rav about Shabbos, and how the Erev Rav will have the majority. So the documents of Rav Kaduri say something similar, but it's written in a more detailed way, and speaks specifically about this year as a year that can turn to a year of Gula. It doesn't say elections. There's an interpretation. That's an interpretation. But it writes about the fight between the two different sides in Am Yisrael, that this is a stop on the way to Gula and one of its signs, one of the Samanim. Ultimately, the Gula is dependent only on us, on Am Yisrael. I don't know. What it means. It's fascinating. You put your comments down below. I don't know, but I guess what Rav Kaduri was saying, I would love to get these Sfarim. If anyone knows where to buy these 2 Sfarim, I'm going to start looking for them. But incredible stuff, and I think it means that there's incredible potential in this Rosh Hashanah, leading into 5780. And Rav Kaduri, if it's true, he thought this was a huge year for Tikkunim, and there's great potential here for Gula. So let's get in there. Let's do Teshuvah. Let's have beautiful davening and Teshuvah and Rosh Hashanah. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some incredible things this coming year. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you back again soon on Sweet and Good Torah.